Now, let me know if it's popping up automatically, Tony.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
And then we can share it around the link.
Let me refresh. Yeah, we're live.
Dope.
Awesome.
What up, everyone? I haven't switched to the player views yet, but this is the Commander Vault tournament that they're putting on in their Discord. We have Snoosuke here. Help put it on, part of their community there, doing stuff. Tell us a little bit about this tournament before we get started.
Oh, this was a tournament that was generously funded by Wayne, who is one of our mods on the server. And then Mattias kind of took the horns on it and set up everything. And we got SquireBot implemented. And then we just spread the word to the cEDH community.
Nice.
People showed up. It was great.
I wanted to join it, but I had stuff going on yesterday, so I couldn't. If y'all want, people, share this around for everybody to see, because this is just finals, and we got some good players here. I haven't followed the tournament for past day 2, but I've seen some cool decks. Real spicy one we got in this final pot is Spleens, this Chainer deck, as well as Archlord on Minsk. I'm excited to see them do things.
Yeah, that's definitely a spicy deck.
I'm assuming Minsk is just a Hulk, Naya Hulk deck?
Yes, it is. There was a video posted on YouTube not too long ago where it was called the fastest Hulk deck in the format.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it that fast?
I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I didn't actually watch the video yet.
We'll
have to wait and see.
I played against the Minsk deck yesterday, and he was threatening to win on turn 3.
That seems pretty slow.
Pretty fast, dude.
I mean, turn 3 for Naya feels pretty fast.
I guess. And I know I've seen Spleen's deck go off a couple times. From what I remember seeing, it appears to be a Necrotic Ooze combo deck with Shaner.
That's one of the things it does, yes. I believe it does other stuff as well. But that is at least the line that won him his final round just before
and my boy, Mr. Bruce over here with one of 3 of the Spellseekers playmats that are currently in the wild. I have one, Alton has one, and for some reason, Mr. Bruce has one.
I have one too.
Oh, do you have one now?
Yes.
He swapped away from his Tier 1 con map for this.
He told me he'd do it for the finals.
That's sick.
Well, as soon as I find somebody that can do these in mass, we will have them out there, but everybody keeps declining me.
It keeps declining you? They look awesome.
They're so cool. What's your name did such good work on the art, and then I was like, we plan on doing a playmat, and she's like, Extendo art, and I was like, dope.
Do all of them say Alton on them?
No, that's signed. Alton bought it and then mailed it to him. He's an Alton simp. He really likes evolution style decks. But he's been having a lot of success with Winota. I believe Mr. Bruce won the last Playing with Power tournament.
He did indeed.
It did, yeah.
I scrubbed out in semis of that tournament. Risked it for the biscuit, and the biscuit was stale.
Yesterday he had quite a streak of winnings. 3 games won. Pretty fast.
Yeah, he's a really, really good player in general, but on Winota, he's like another animal.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I don't believe this is Blue Pod, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to see the Thrasios Bruce deck be Blue Pod. I'm almost 100% that this is a Dawnwaker variant.
This is Dawnwaker Thrasios, yes. That is exactly what it is.
Which is a good deck in its own right. I won't give Ian too much. It's a good deck. People like that
Don't
deck.
give him too much attention.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
You already know he's going to take this video and or this top 8 or top 4 and do a video on it. He's got to make that content also.
If Dawnbreaker top 4 to tournament.
He's gonna be like
2 of his decks are in here.
That's actually not okay. We should probably swap one of those out.
I told you y'all should have just swapped out Mr. Bruce.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
There's gonna be a lot of pressure on the Thrasios deck because He's the only one in blue.
So I think he's going to
Like
end up,
they're rolling
depending on
D6s
turn
to
order,
determine turn order.
if I was Vertov in this pod,
Well,
I would be
looks like
leaning on helping the Winota deck as much as I can because this deck's designed to be able to win through rule of laws.
they're going to be in luck because it looks like Winota goes
Hey,
first
you know
and then
that?
Vertov
Well,
goes second.
that's terrifying for everybody. But
This is no, Vertov goes fourth here. Oh no, they're not done
Oh,
yet.
something.
It
Okay.
looked like Vertov rolled a 10. I didn't see what the Minsk player rolled.
Looks like Minsk is going second, and
I think
Vertov is
this is
going
exactly what
third.
Spleen did not want.
Well, maybe,
I'm gonna-
maybe he's still going to be.
I think you're
correct.
right.
Because what he said about the final round was he's going to be paired up with Bruce. Bruce is going to stacks out the board, and then Spleen is going to win with some bullshit combo that nobody sees coming, which is exactly what happened.
It is.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that there's gonna be a Necroticus that resolves, and somebody's actually gonna be responsible and deal with it. I know that's probably a hot take at this point in the tournament, but to get you guys who are watching the stream, since you couldn't see the other games, the big thing for this tournament has been Spleen faces Trainer deck resolving a Necroticus. It just sits on the board, and then Spleen wins the game because no one respects it.
Yeah. He did also go last in the final round, just like he is now. So we'll see how he fares.
Yeah, they may concentrate on the most dangerous decks first, and then Spleen gets overlooked.
So before this starts, I have a question for you two. Saying, I'm not that familiar with y'all's Discord, but what do y'all got going on in Commander's Vault, and what can people expect from it? For the people in chat, there is a Discord link to that server, and from what I understand, is it's a nice cultivated play space. But if y'all could give us a little bit more insight on that.
Yes, it's a place I made for friends in the beginning, and it's just grew into a tiny little home for people who like to play casual, who like to play all power levels. We've got mentors, we've got judges here, and people just join, and we're a little family here of about 800 members.
That's quite a lot of people. Now, one thing I did notice when I thoroughly looked at the server today is it's the only server I've seen. I'm assuming y'all are European based.
Well, not all of us. I'm European, so Sasuke is European, but not all of us are.
I saw a lot of
But
people
most
I
of
knew
us-
from that scene, and one thing that spiked my interest is y'all had a dual commander LFG.
Yeah, we did that on the initiative of our judge here, Patsy, and he was really pushing for it. I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. Nobody's gonna play. He's like, we need to do it. We need to do it. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then we just added dual commander, and ever since then,
Is
players
it
have been
active?
not as active as others, but
But people can find games there if they want to play dual commander.
Yeah. So the most active one is mid power LFG.
Okay,
That's
okay.
Players are most likely to play, and sometimes high and cEDH are most likely to be tournaments or leagues. We had a league this year in March, I think. It lasted for a month. We had about 30 players, and it was fun.
That sounds like fun. Now, I have a quick question for everybody. Does anybody know what anybody kept on their hands? Because I see
looks
Spleen
like-
has a 7. I counted
Yes.
Mr. Bruce's, and he had a 7. I don't know about Vertov, and it appears Archlord is mulliganing into oblivion.
I will ask our judge, who is sitting with them, see if he knows.
I am. I think Arc is going potentially down to 5 if I've been paying enough attention. I think I've seen him shuffle up 3 different times post his first initial shuffle.
Which, if you're playing Hulk, that makes sense. Especially when you're playing Naya Hulk and you don't have access to the black tutors.
Yeah. I'm not I can't say too much because I don't know too much about the Minsk deck. I've only I just played it. I just played against it for the first time yesterday against Staccato, and it didn't really seem like he was trying to tutor for the Hulk actively, which is something you want to do in a Hulk deck. But his initial game plan was just making sure he could get Minsk out. It looked like. So he might just be trying
Now,
to have.
Minsk, if I remember right, has board control on it, right?
I don't think so.
Pay X until end of your turn. Target creature you control has base power XX. Okay. So it
Yeah,
makes your stuff big.
Yeah. And the one thing I don't really like about Minsk is that it's sorcery speed only.
Yeah.
Just it just makes the deck a little too fair for cEDH since cEDH is usually doing not fair things.
It has the birthing pot, but I think we're about to start. So let's see what happens. Who y'all got y'all's bets on, chat? No biases here.
We actually have a brewer of the Minsk deck on the database in the brewer's corner.
Mm-hmm.
Igor, he's here. He's an admin and a mentor on the server.
Okay. So if people want to find out about this deck, they can come here.
They can come here, yeah.
That's what you're saying. I like it. You got to shill as much as you can. It's the best thing.
Speaking of shill, before we, it seems like we're just now getting mulligans finally resolved. Last few things getting taken up, getting finished up. Everyone watching, if you could like the stream, it would help out a ton. 22 watching, only 4 likes. Can we get those numbers up, guys? Helps us with the algorithm, helps us grow, helps us get out to more people. Just so we can show a final pod with some fantastic players in it.
There's some really good players here.
For a fantastic game.
I believe the only one I'm not familiar with is Archlord. I have not heard of them at events, but also they might just play in some stuff I don't.
The judge is telling me that everyone kept a 7.
Oh shoot! This is gonna be explosive.
This is going to be a game for the ages, hopefully.
I'm always scared on Winota on a 7.
Especially first.
I guess he just looked at his first 7 for quite a while before going to second 7. That's why it took a bit.
Yeah.
I think in this pod comp you have to, because like you have to be able to either accomplish your game plan before the Winota stacks out the game, or be able to prevent someone from going under the Winota, which is really hard when Winota is first.
Yes. We'll have to see, like, if Winota's on 7 here, that's very scary.
Yeah, especially if it's like a good first or second 7, like, oh, terrifies me.
It's like the one thing you just want. You want the turn 1 enabler and then a turn 2 Winota. So if we see like turn 1 Crater Maker here, that's rough.
Yeah, it is.
Crater Maker,
another
or
card.
If we see the new card from the new Innistrad set, Brutal Cathar, that card's really, really good too. It's not an enabler on the front side, but if you get it down early, it can become night really easily. And the flip side's a werewolf, so it triggers Winota. And I think that card's going to be really good for this deck going forward, because it's replacing the Fiend Hunter, I believe, is what I've been seeing going around.
Oh yeah, I see it here. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
All right, and we are off to the races, y'all. Let's see what Mr. Bruce has going for us. So we're going to fetch probably for a plateau. I don't see no reason why not to.
You got the Vault.
Oh, there's a Mana Vault. That's a pretty good start.
So if he has the Ornithopter, that's pretty good for turn 2.
Yeah. Another card that's really, really good with Winota is a Loyal Apprentice.
Oh, yes.
That card's just good in a lot of decks.
Oh, so it's just Mana Vault pass?
Yeah.
I also feel like the play of Loyal Apprentice in Winota is also...
Is that the big guy? Is that the...
Yeah, that's Greater Gargadon.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good start, too.
If you do it right, that is an infinite sack outlet.
If you do it right, though.
So far, some pretty good starts from our players here so far. Winota pretty good start. Maybe one other creature in play. Arc Lord, for only seeing Minsk once, that seems like a really good start. So let's see what Vertov can do here on Dawnwaker.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Bruce is doing because the lack of an enabler on turn 1 and staying on 7 must mean that there's something big coming turn 2.
So I'm expecting I guess there's some player talk right now over something because we kind of just stopped for a second.
We could probably see
there is
a
3 mana.
now.
Yeah, Vertov has a Mana Crypt in play now. He's probably... Oh, there's a Grim Monolith, so it looks like Vertov just wants to ramp up his game plan, too.
Which, real notable, because that's Grim Monolith and Dawnwaker, so...
Yes. There could very potentially just be a Zerda out of nowhere next turn and could spell doom for the table.
It'd be really
Well,
hard.
that will be rough because there's a tropical island. Neither of those colors pay for Zerda.
Yeah.
This is true.
Ancient Tomb.
But this deck, I think, still
we got
plays
an
Power
Ancient Tomb.
Artifact.
Archon of Ameria. Yeah, that is a
good reason
big,
to
big...
keep a 7.
Yeah, it is.
But again, this is something that Spleenface does not care about.
And to be honest, Archlord doesn't either. Once the
That
Hulk
too,
is
yeah.
sacked.
I guess to an extent, Vertov as well. If you get the Dawnwaker down with the infinite mana, if you then get to cast Thrasios somehow, you can just draw your deck.
In this deck, if it's like Ian's list, plays Blind Obedience, so you have an infinite extort thing going on.
I was about to say, I think that Sinker Foundry is supposed to come in tapped. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it was corrected, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all are a couple, a half a second behind me, but...
And just a dork.
Yeah.
Getting that mana.
I'm so used to watching the stream, I forget you have it up in Discord too. I'm gonna turn my attention to my other screen now.
That would help a lot.
Let me put the stream on the right and the one that's on the left so it feels comfortable.
Oh, and Arshort did forget to remove a suspend counter. That was also fixed.
Oh,
Yeah. It's nice having a judge in the call there with the players, so hopefully hopefully a lot of that is missed or not missed. Or quickly corrected.
I saw a question in chat earlier that I wanted to answer, but we were kind of trying to figure out why Bruce would keep the Swinoda hand. It was asked by Brahma Heights. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I don't know if Bruce used a different playmat for every game that he played, but he specifically said that he's going to use the Spellseeker's playmat in the final. Since we are streaming the final pod here.
He's a homie. We have just been sitting here. Is there something going on? I see Spleen's got his hand down.
Looks like Spleen.
We're on Vertov's turn, who just played a tap.
Oh, and we're going to Spleen's.
Yep. Okay. Well, the deck does play basics.
Yeah, it does. That's not a basic.
Well, it will get a basic next turn at least.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, it's better than most decks that have to play a tapped fetch into an Archon.
Oh yeah, that's so rough.
Yep. There she is.
And it's time for things to start happening.
This trigger will decide a lot of the game.
Yeah, now.
Well, it looks like Archlord has a response. Ooh, an Enlightened Tutor. Interesting.
With 3 mana next turn?
3 mana guaranteed, potentially 4, because I know that deck plays 6 basic lands, I do believe, unless his list is different.
This is probably going to be what's that enchantment called? The 4 mana green enchantment?
Pattern of Rebirth.
Yes. Pattern of Rebirth.
Yeah, there it is.
There's the Pattern of Rebirth.
I'm gonna be honest, I prefer the art with the turtle, but that's just me.
I did not know that was
an art. It's not just you; it's also me. But
yeah, the old art's really appreciated.
The sack outlet is in play and cannot be interacted with, so this is scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's interesting where I'm curious where this Archon's going. It looks like it hits. No one's taken. Or it looks like it hits Spleen.
Yeah. Spleen probably.
Which is the right choice.
Yeah,
when
as
you're
long as there's no Sylvan
down.
Library.
Yeah.
This is correct, yeah.
So there's the pattern of rebirth.
And there's
so
the forest. We might
There's a
basic
just
forest.
be going for it this turn.
Well, Minsk is gonna have to rebirth
Oh.
onto the pilgrim.
Vertov did keep a mana open. Let's see if there's anything to disrupt this.
And I'm guessing Bruce just whiffed on the Winota trigger.
Yes,
Yeah,
it looked,
yeah.
yeah, he looked very. I saw him like shaking his hands. He looked very disappointed. Vertov with 6 mana right here. I wonder if he can do anything with it.
Yeah, but what could Bruce
Oh,
have
it looks
done?
like it
We're
resolved.
talking Oh, yeah.
I saw him remove a suspend counter off the.
Yeah, that's from the upkeep trigger. So he just
He didn't miss it this turn. Yeah, it looks like it resolved. So it
Okay,
is.
so
He
here we
is.
go.
He is activating it.
He will have to go to 7 counters right now. Right now that counter is incorrect.
No, he didn't miss it on this upkeep. I saw him tick it down.
Well, this
Because-
is turn 3 and it started at 10, so it would have to be at 7 at least.
Yeah.
Uh,
Look at Spleen cursing the Archon. He had the braided hand.
eh.
Oh no.
So Six
Yes.
said the counters don't remove his cost.
No. That's why. Okay.
See?
That's why there's still 8 counters. The trigger is still on the stack. Or the activation, I mean.
Yeah.
It's so great to see
Yep.
Brick Binding.
So here's the Protean Hulk, and yeah, it looks like
This might be
Looks
a
like
quick
this is-
game, guys.
this is going
It's
to
a
be
quick game, eh?
I was in for the
Yeah,
long
well-
haul with Bruce here, but
What is the Hulk pile in this deck? I don't know the Hulk pile outside of black.
I don't remember from yesterday. I'm
What-
trying.
what-
I'm trying.
What are we
my
looking at
best.
here?
I actually don't know what that is. There's a
so
Grand
is it-
Abolish.
Sure.
Is that like a gargoyle? Can you click on it? and spell
Miss Moon
table how?
Griffin into a Karmic Guide. That's a Karmic Guide, I think. Or Miss Moon Griffin into a Karmic Guide.
Oh yeah.
And then-
Okay, yeah. Gets the Hulk
I'm not.
and then resects the Hulk, and now with
Yeah.
an abolisher, it's-
Missed
Okay.
Griffin, right stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. So now we get a double Hulk trigger.
Oh, it was Miss Moon Griffin, yes. Okay.
yeah. So it looks like the first. Okay, so a Sapphic Zerg daughter.
Oh, so okay, this makes sense. This
Yeah.
is spicy. I'm
Yeah, I
glad
have
we
not
have
seen this
Sick
file.
here because we all know Sick loves Hulk decks.
We should have put Sick Robot in here.
Oh, a Gerard.
Yeah,
Oh, do we
if I
have
remember,
Raid in here?
if I remember correctly, you sack that to the Gerard or something like that. Then the Gerard brings it back when you sack the Gerard, and then the Safi brings that back in response to her trigger, and you get a bunch of stuff going on.
Okay, so the Gerard comes back, Safi comes back, and then that gets the Hulk, and now we get to go do Hulk again.
And now we just get a payoff, correct?
Yeah, now
'Cause
he
we-
gets
Yep.
into
'Cause-
Hulk,
Yep.
Yeah, there's the Monk Fanatic. Yep.
Oh.
Fanatic. That's it.
All right, y'all. That looks.
That is yeah.
That
That's
was
a
quick.
Grand Abolisher in play. So
Yeah, the Grand Abolisher with the security.
that's a
As
spicy
long
pile.
as long as everyone agrees that this is a legal play, I think this is it.
Igor's gonna be very happy to see that.
And Hal said turn 3 Hulk pile seemed slow.
I mean, I want to win on turn 2, but that was a good win though. Like
Yeah, that was a very clean win.
timed the E-tutor and all that properly. Had enough basics to play around the Archon.
Oh, there's an Avid Mind Sensor there from
And
Bruce,
I
but
just
he wanted to get
got
the
word from
Winota
the
in.
judge as well. They have agreed to kill people in standing order if it's within the same term, just for the prizes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I know is this just gave more propaganda for Sick. So, but there we
That was,
have it. There,
that was
look
quick.
like-
Yeah.
That was
Archlord is Reacher for $50.
All right, everyone. This has been the finals of Commander Vault. Their cEDH event they put on. Wonderful people. They ran it really well from what I've seen today. There's a Discord link in the description. Make sure you check them out. They're doing leagues and stuff and all that. They've told me occasionally. Always can find games. You can play with some of these great players. You might be able to enter their next tournament when they decide to do that.
You can talk to some cEDH masters. Like
They got
Sinistra's here.
mentors.
Sinistra's also here. If you want to talk about Tassiger, you can talk about it with me. My deck is also on the database. It's called Tainted Control. And we've got a lot of cool people here also.
All right. Well, I think they've agreed. We know their standings. This was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm
And we
really
had-
excited to see Minsk take a cEDH tournament.
That is interesting, to say the least. It kind of came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
so new.
Yeah, because he was in the he was what the D&D commander set,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, so it's not even 2 months old yet, and it's already making waves as a new Hulk deck in the format, and it just took down the tournament. Like,
And it has a fucking hamster.
Hamster
Yeah.
brings nostalgia to some older players. And
it's already better than Tassiger.
Exactly.
okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
There
yeah,
are Sultai decks that are better than this, but it's fantastic.
All right, and with that, I think we're just gonna go ahead and call the stream. Snoosuke, any shout outs y'all want to do before we end this?
Yes, let's do that. There are actually 3 things coming up in the world of cEDH. On October 2nd, there's a double booking of cEDH monstrosities. We have the Founders Cup over on the Founders Club Discord server happening there. And then we also have a charity stream going on October 2nd for the Trevor Project, which is an EDH themed stream, which it has come out into the spheres and people know about it, but the announcement is also coming up to know exactly what will be going on in the stream. And after that, in the end of October I can never remember the dates. I am horrible. Please don't tell me joking is watching. And by that dates, let me just double check. Where did it go?
Is this for the October?
Yes,
event?
Oktoberfest.
That is
Which
a
will be
Trice
having-
tournament, correct?
That is a Card Race tournament that will be happening on October 23rd and October 24th over on the Monarch Events Discord.
And I just got something in chat saying there's a Max Power tournament on the night. Oh yes, the Play EDH
Oh yes,
Max
that is
Power
true.
tournament.
Yes, which will be happening.
I think you can.
on-
It's the 9th, and I believe you can sign up via a Patreon link if I'm correct.
Yes, I believe you have to be a Patreon on their Discord to enter. But it's a hot prize pool of a Judge Mana Crypt for the winner, and everyone in the top 4 gets a foil Magic Fest Soul Ring along with a Play Max playmat.
Which that should be fun. And so we got Oktoberfest. Anything else coming up? And then, man, we're almost done with this year.
Yeah.
So far, everything through October is planned for. I don't know if anything's coming up after that, at least not to my knowledge.
As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's anything for November or December planned yet. And I think
there is
December
something.
might be might be just the downtime, because I know there's a PAX coming up in December, and then you get the holidays.
If
So-
you're interested in CDH in general, over on CDH Nexus, there is currently a lot of for
Yes.
another 2-color CDH league.
Yeah, and if you want to find out about that, join the Nexus.
And I think they were talking about potentially making it a team league.
Yes, I think it's going to be a teams event.
Yes. It happened last year, and it was teams of 3 bringing 6 decks, which were all 2-color decks. But now with monocolored partners, it's going to be either really spicy or there has to be a lot of bans.
I know. I already know what I'm bringing, and
I need to join Nexus and get on a team with you and Kai.
Sick might appreciate it. It's a Doom Hulk.
Doomhawk. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, Kodama
That's
Tavesh,
good.
Kodama Tavesh
Kodama-
Hulk, Dex fire.
Well, you're tickling my fancy. Like Kodama's my baby.
cEDH Hulk. That's a nice idea.
I am the curator of the Sultai Kodama deck, so that I'm happy you're saying that. I'm happy to see more Kodama out there.
But other than that, everyone, I think we're gonna call it a day. It was a lot of great cEDH. Hopefully next time we can put a little bit more, get more stream time in. Kai kind of just asked me this last minute this morning, right when I woke up. So now I was like, sure, I'm free, I'll do it. I'm having surgery tomorrow. Let's get something out of the way. But everyone else, y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks, Snoosuke and Medeus for being here.
Yeah.
Patsy for judging.
Sadly.
And Hokie and me from the Spellseekers, we had fun. Y'all all have a wonderful day. Chat, also have a wonderful day.
Have a good day, stream. Love you guys.
Have a good day.